I had a late night conversation with the Prime Minister, and my whole point is that Parliament should be consulted, Parliament should be allowed to take a view on this, but instead the strikes were launched last night. Parliament is in session on Monday. She could have come to Parliament on Monday to discuss the whole situation. Instead, they've launched these strikes. She claims there is a legal basis for it. I've asked her in a letter I've just sent to her this morning to publish in full the legal basis and justification for it. And also why she hasn't heeded the words of Antonio Guterres, the General Secretary of the United Nations, who wanted the strikes to be stopped, who wanted the UN Charter to be observed and give time for the OPCW to do its inspection of the chemical weapons in Syria, and also to work again to get a ceasefire in Syria, that no more people are killed in this ghastly civil war in Syria. Well, the consequences of any country taking unilateral and action that has no legal basis are that it's an encouragement for others to do exactly the same and reduces our ability to complain when others do that. Surely the United Nations exists for a purpose. If the Security Council was unable to come to agreement this week, as it obviously wasn't because the United States and Russia couldn't agree on anything, then surely the role of another country, us for example, is to be an honest broker and try and bring them together. This war cannot go on.
What do you think about Theresa May's humanitarian argument for the airstrikes being legal because of the humanitarian?
She has used the argument that by bombing those sites it would prevent any other chemical weapons being used. I would just simply say to her that the weapons inspectors were on their way there to verify it. In 2013, Lavrov and Kerry, on behalf of Russia and the United States, reached an agreement, did destroy a large amount of the chemical weapons. There is precedent that this process can work, and surely it would have been better to do that than start bombing, and goodness knows what the consequences of that bombing could be. I'm glad that no service personnel were killed or injured during this. We don't know if there were any civilian or other casualties as yet.